Hello, Sharif here. And today I want to talk to you about um, the Metamorphosis. This is the second video in the series on the Metamorphosis. And this time I want to talk about the baby and the afterbirth. And I've talked about this a bit before, but not in the context of the wave. We know that we've got massive problems in our society today. These problems are larger than the gathering of people that we've told to represent us can handle. They pretend that they can handle it. They may go through the motions of handling it, but they don't have a clue of the magnitude of what's actually going on in our world right now. They go about their activities regularly, recognizing that they're producing no results. What we have to do is stop leaving things up to them to fix and start recognizing that we, the people who are becoming enlightened, who are understanding that we as a society must become enlightened, that we know what to do and that we know that we are going to be led by our hearts and not our bureaucracy. We know that we'll be led by our vision of a future that works for all, as opposed to a vision of upholding a dysfunctional status quo. So, babies and all the rest of the stuff that's produced in that process. For those of you who have had the experience of attending a live birth, whether it's a puppy or whether it's a human baby, um, you know it's a messy process. Right now, that's what we're in this society. We are birthing a new baby. Now, most of the people that I know in the society aren't about trying to birth a new baby. What they're trying to do is um, read is jumpstart the status quo. They're trying to keep things as they have always been, although that's a dysfunctional recipe for disaster. But the status quo is the most powerful force alive in our society right now. So, if you've been involved in the birth process, you know that it's messy. There is yelling and there's screaming and there's water breaking and there's gunky stuff coming out and sometimes there's blood involved and out pops a baby. And when that baby pops out, all of the difficulty instantly vanishes. It's not there anymore. The only thing everybody is focusing on, these big smiles on their faces, is this cute little baby, and somebody else has the mop and the bucket, mopping up all of the gunky mess and picking up the placentas and tossing them wherever they toss them, and everybody's attention is focused on the baby. Now, what happens if you don't think you're having a baby? Well, if you don't think that you're actually having a baby, you think that you're dying. This is it's the having a baby and having the experience of death are very close together. Some time ago, not too long ago, within the last year or two, um, a woman, and I think she was in Uganda, was having a baby, and she and her husband, go to the hospital and they do all the testing and they do all the other stuff that she's planning on having her baby. The gunky stuff starts happening. You know, her water breaks. She starts yelling and screaming. And the whole time in her head, I'm having a baby, I'm having a baby. And the whole time in his head, we're having a baby. They go to the hospital and everybody's got the gear on and she has her baby. And baby pops out. Everybody's smiling. I've got this baby. And they wrap the baby up and she takes the baby home. And about a week later, she starts complaining about abdominal pain. And husband is concerned and she's getting more and more pain. Takes her back to the hospital. They can detect a mass in her abdomen. And they start preparing her for emergency surgery because she is screaming her head off. And right before they cut her open for the emergency surgery to remove what they think is a tumor, out pops another baby. She's one of the very rare women who has two wombs. Her husband got her pregnant in both of her wombs about a week apart. So she has a second baby that no one knew was there. The two children are not twins. They were born in separate wombs and they were born a week apart. And this is the important thing from that experience. Until they found out she was having another baby, everybody thought she was dying. All the signs were, no, she's in great pain. She's got this mass in her stomach. The pain's getting more and more intense. There's no relief for it. What are we going to do? Oh, out pops another baby. So we in this society are completely focused on the afterbirth. We're completely focused on the water breaking. We're completely focused on the parts of the process that are not the important parts. The question that we should be asking ourselves right now is, where's the baby? What is the vision associated with all of the stuff that's going on around us right now? What's the vision for homelessness? What's the vision for climate change? What's the vision for the separations that we're having between people and people in this culture, in this country, and on this planet? If we don't see that there is a baby possible and probable, we're just saying the society is dying and it's taking thousands of people down with it, and this is really terrible. This is really bad, and all of the stories, all of the news is making the assumption that there is not a baby. Once you make that as an assumption that there's a baby there, number one, you're going to find it. Number two, you'll be able to cooperate with what's happening. The pain in the woman's abdomen is the contracting of her muscles squeezing out the baby. Once she recognizes that and stops holding on to it and starts releasing and letting it go, it happens faster. So I'm inviting all of you to take a different look, a very different look at what's happening next. I'm inviting all of you to take a look at where do we need to be? What needs to happen in order for us to birth an awakened and awakening society? It's never been done on the planet before. It's our time to do it. It's going to happen really, really fast. for those who are preparing for it happening, we become the leaders of the next society. For those who have been trying to hold back the society, trying to hold back our destiny, um, somebody will mop up the afterbirth, but we'll be focusing on the baby. Thank you, and hopefully this is will help you to be able to see and to be able to adjust to a whole new reality around who we are and how we are on this planet. Thank you, and there will be more.